Hi YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today I will review Dishonored 2. Dishonored 2 is the 2016 sequel to the much-loved action-adventure game from 2012, and story-wise, Dishonored 2 picks up years after the events of the first game, which means that Emily, all grown up, now is Empress of Dunwall, with Corvo, her father, on her side.
Don't worry about the rabble-rousers, and we'll catch the Crown Killer.
My father's promise, whispered in secret so many years ago.
But then there's a palace coup by a woman who claims to be Emily's aunt. And Emily barely escapes and goes into hiding and sets off to reclaim the throne. And to be really honest, it is another revenge story, much like the original. But I liked the original story better because it felt more, I guess, emotionally charged. As Corvo went on a spree, I guess, to revenge the death of his wife and the kidnapping of his daughter. So that was really personal. But the character of Emily in Dishonored 2 is just not very well established, I guess, at the beginning. She just wants to claim the throne back, and I'm not sure why, because it doesn't seem like she really enjoys being Empress or anything like that. Also, the first one, you actually felt that you were part of a resistance group, but in the sequel, most of the NPCs are just not that interesting. They sort of send you off to various locations to do your thing, and that's pretty much it. There is a lot to read in notes and papers and files and so that gives you a little bit more context of what's going on, but I'd rather see the context in the game itself and not just from, reading it from notes and whatnot. What's great, though, is that right from the start you can choose to either play Emily or Corvo, each with their own set of powers, to make your way through the levels. And talking of which, like the original game, Dishonored 2 really does not disappoint in terms of level design. I mean, the game throws a very good variety of levels at you, like from Italian or French-inspired cityscapes to elaborate mansions and structures, and it's super well designed and very, very impressive. Still, I couldn't shake the feeling that it all was a bit disjointed, as if the developers really wanted to show off their design skills. So, yeah, I mean, the locations were great, but they didn't really gel together that well. I mean, you were basically sent off on your ship to go these different locations, and that's pretty much it. And again, the original did a better job at establishing the world and the locations that were actually part of that world. But again, it's beautifully designed, and each location offers multiple ways to make your way through the levels, to do various objectives in the level. And you can go through the sewers or over rooftops, through various houses, except for one location, though. I might be nitpicking here, but there's a level where you basically go right through the front door of a mansion, and that didn't really feel like fun in a way, because I was looking around for a way to enter that building, and I didn't really check the front door, but I had to go through the front door, which, made no sense to me. Anyway, both characters have a really nice set of powers. Like Emily has a really nice range of those at her disposal to evade and delude and confuse or outright kill patrolling guards, depending really on your playstyle. Whether it be, again, you want to do it with violence or with stealth, it's really up to you. And has always been one of the strengths of Dishonored. You play as you want. Although it must be said that playing as Corvo doesn't differ much from the first game, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just a little bit déjà vu. There are also different outcomes to your actions, like killing a certain person or keeping them alive. So there are some consequences, and if you're killing a lot of people, the world will sort of react to you differently than if you sort of evade everything and don't kill anyone. And also, if you are set on a path to kill a lot of people in one or two levels, it's very hard to, get on a non-lethal path So there are various outcomes, but it didn't feel that flexible to me. Again, as I said, if you play 2 levels where you kill everyone and then you decide, well, maybe let's try some stealth, you're still pretty much screwed in a way that you're still on that violent path and the violent outcome, so to speak. Also, on the higher difficulty settings, enemies don't seem smarter, but just have insane peripheral vision while you are stuck in first person. Guards can see you in a dark corner half a block away while they face the other direction. Also, if one spots you, he and all his friends will come after you. So that sort of drained out the enjoyment of this game out of me, and the whole thing sort of watered down to trial and error, which does hurt the flow of the game a bit. So Dishonored 2 offers what you'd expect from a good sequel. More of the same, only better, with better levels and more powers and more characters to play. And so you can go completely ballistic and kill everyone. You can do stealth. You can sort of try and elope everyone and not be seen at all. But again, I just couldn't shake the feeling of the game being a little bit disjointed and the narrative not being that interesting. So I think it is a very fun game. You should actually try it, but it's not a brilliant game in my opinion. That's it for me. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of Dishonored 2. Did I make some good points? Did I leave some points out? I mean, I could talk for ages about this game. I mean, it has super production values. I love the sort of shell-shaded, cartoony graphics. It's really distinct. The sound is great. The music, although some of the speech, that's a little point I do want to make. The speech, sometimes there's overlapping speech. While you listen to something, all of a sudden there's a character talking to you. It's a bit like that at times, which is a bit frustrating. But it has that flexibility to that game. So things sort of overlap, I guess. But I didn't experience any bugs or glitches or anything like that. I think that when the game was released initially, it was kind of buggy. I did see some things, but nothing that really hampered the gameplay. So, yeah, overall, good game. Enjoyed it. Let me know what you think.
I'll find you, you know.
She might be somewhere close. Makes me so nervous.
You can't stay hidden forever.
You don't stand a chance anyway. There, in the dumpster!
I saw you. No use hiding.
Show yourself and state your name.
Looks like she got away.